Now the question which every aspiring scriptwriter wants to know the answer to. Why these 5? What sets them apart from thousands of others? I request Anjum to lead this discussion with our jury members.
बोल तो दिया तूने यार क्यों हमने चुना ये?
Yeah, but you know, Sukhpreet was trying to tell us the nation wants to know why are these so special. Yeah, more or less sort of we have actually discussed that, but in case people would like to make a comment on what is it that you found really distinctive, and even in a general way, perhaps.
I think let me start with Sniper. I found the opening of the film and the hook of the film very, very strong. Something very, very engaging. And I'll just say a few lines because I don't want to give too much out about each film also, each script also. So on Sniper, what I really felt was the opening of the film was something that really immediately grabbed me. And it was written in a very racy and pacey kind of a style. Who Will Marry Thomas is such an unusual idea, and it's such a fascinating idea. It was a journey that really took me into that world, and I just loved it. The funeral again was something that was written in a way which very unusual story, but you come to know the characters so closely, and the way the atmosphere is created about the rain falling and the floods is really something that you can almost feel, you can touch. Again, the character is very well written, and the lead character of the girl is wonderfully written. Ishcology, again, a great thought of, is science or technology more accurate than what your heart says and what you trust? Written with a lot of humor and wonderfully written. And Two Brides. Two Brides, just when that two brides get changed, I was like, whoa, now what's going to happen? I was really excited when I was reading that. And I loved the way it was also developed. And the character of that girl is so well written. In fact, all the characters, I think that, so it's all the 5 films are unique, very different from each other also. And all of them have got a certain heart in it, which is so wonderful to see.
Also, like what you said, that each and every film is definitely very, very distinct, unique, each script. But what also happened while I was reading them, and after finishing each script, there was a smile on my face because there's this writer. Script is one part, but what is actually the script? Script is a writer's mind, his soul, his thought, his philosophy, his sum total of his experiences. And I was really eager to meet these people who had written these stories, because there are these 5 people over here who are trying their best to retain some amount of righteousness through their writing. It's their mind I really respect, all of them, because whether it's the revenge story, whether it's the Two Brides, whether it's Sniper, Funeral, or Who Will Marry Thomas, there's such, or Ishcology, they have tried their best to retain the, I'm not saying that all the films need to be very right and correct and morally sound. No, the characters are very quirky. All of them have shades of gray and all. But in the end, the purpose of film, not just film, the purpose of cinema, why do we make films? One is, your normal feature film, normal regular film, and one is cinema. I think all of them go to that stage. The purpose of cinema is much bigger than entertainment. And I thought that was coming out beautifully in their scripts. It wasn't just to entertain. It's saying a very, very big point. All these films in very, they're set in villages, they're set in small towns, and you know that our country has these people, has these characters. They didn't look like characters who've just brought in from somewhere else. So I felt very good after reading all these films, and I was eager to meet you because it's your mind, and I'm really fascinated by it, really.
have sort of said more or less from there what I felt. I can only emphasize one thing, that there's an honesty. That you people approached it without thinking, okay, this may impress so-and-so, or yeah, this particular actor might want to do it, or these things these days are running, that is the trend, so let me try and fit into that
Dhanda
trend.
kitna karegi?
Huh?
Dhanda kitna karegi?
None of these thoughts sort of came in, which is why there is this freshness to it. Each one looks very, very individualistically written, that it's come from a unique mind, and which is what every writer has, I mean, his or her own unique mind. Okay? And it's really a bit of a shame that, Atika, we don't have women there, but we couldn't help it. I mean, we just sort of chose these. No, I would have liked it very much, because one of the things that we were also looking out for is to encourage more women to also enter screenwriting. I mean, it being such a wonderful field, as you know. It's just so turned out. I mean, in
Next year.
Yeah, next year we are hoping that will happen. But next year, once again, we'll be blindfolded. So we don't pick, and we will not allow ourselves to pick, okay, because she's a woman, please give her that space. No, that kind of, obviously, tokenism no one is doing. But anyway, we are hoping that this will open out. We'll also do a demographic to see how many women have applied. I'm sure by now we have that statistic. That should be encouraging, and I think we should also declare that. Okay, and also a regional breakup. It will be nice to see from where all people have been coming. So, shall we now move to the final climax of this? Okay? Yeah, you give it to them. I'll tell you who to. Okay, here comes the big one. This is the announcement of the winners and the awarding of the prize money and the certificates to you people by our esteemed jury sitting here, half of it. So, I'm going to start from bottom upwards, go in ascending order. So the fifth prize amongst the five of you, okay, is for a story which is very hard-hitting, which is led by a woman, and which is a throbbing thriller. So the story's title is Sniper, and the writer who takes this award is Mr. Sagar Pandya. Juhi, the fourth prize goes to a story which I believe came conceptually into the mind of its author, and he looked at it like a tussle, a conflict between science and truth, and he turned it into a beautiful personal experience. And we just keep forgetting about that the starting point could have been that it really becomes a very emotional conflict which has been treated with the right dose of humor and poignance. So the name of the story, as you might have guessed, is Ishkology, and the author is Rajuji. Please. Aamir. Third prize goes to a rather quirky idea, a story based on a rather quirky idea, written by a traveler who goes all over India and therefore has visited the most unlikely places, including forest areas and tribal hamlets, and who tries to empathize with them to figure out what is it that makes them tick and what is it that makes them so vulnerable. And he discovers that there is actually just a single bus which makes them depend on that, and when the bus is under threat, their lives become vulnerable. And that title of that story is Who Will Marry Thomas? And the author is Satyan Bordoloy. Juhi. Right. So now we come to the final two. Huh? Biplav and Christo. Actually, let's not announce this at all. Okay, we'll close it here now. You'll be in suspense. Don't perspire. Okay, so the fourth meaning the second prize goes to, once again, a story based on a very unusual concept, something which made Aamir leap out of his bed when he was reading it that night. It's about how in a crowded train, a rather unfortunate mix-up takes place and two brides get exchanged, and then the series of events which sort of flow out of that, causing humor as well as pathos, deeply emotionally written. And the title of the story is Two Brides, and the author is Biplav Goswami. Now I wonder who the top prize goes to. Who could it be, possibly? I also have to reveal confidential matter here, that seldom when a jury of 4 is judging stories, scripts based on stories, seldom are the decisions unanimous. Okay, because there is, I told you, a subjective element. Certain things appeal to me in a particular way and might sort of appeal to somebody else differently. So there was a lot of confabulation. There was a lot of debate. There weren't that many differences at all. But yeah, a couple of places we did have to discuss again and again and rediscuss. And I had to reread also to try and also again enter the discussion in a more substantial way. So hence you do have to realize that it's a consensus that we have arrived at. But it's a to use Rajdeep's word, I think it was a scientific consensus, okay? Therefore, perhaps truthful. So the top award of the prize, cash prize of 25 lakh goes to Christo Tommy for The Funeral.
It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be awarded by, such esteemed jury. And while applying it, I never thought of anything. I was writing the script, and all I wanted was to make this film. And it has been a hard journey. Like, it took 2 years and 2.5 years to write it. And there were many times when, things were not working, and, there is no money to, support yourself and all that. So, but at the end of the day, all that drove me was, to be able to tell this story and make this film. So, thanks, Cinestaan, and each and every one of to give me this opportunity to, being here, and hopefully we'll be able to make the film soon. So, thanks a lot.
Congratulations again. Yeah, so he's getting 25, and the rest of the 25 is being shared with the other 4. I just wanted to clarify. Somebody just asked me again. They said, "Aapne to sari padh li hoingi?" So I said, "No." I wear 2 different hats. So they said, "Are you going to be making?" I said, "That's up to our team here." So Cinestaan Film Company, these 2 ladies and their team, Deborah, Tessa, it's up to them if they wish to make one of these films, and they're competing with the rest in the pitch sessions. Just like everyone else. Cinestaan Film Company is a different company. I wear 2 hats. I'm chairman of both. I want to also thank the one guy who's my partner in many of my companies, and I get all the thanks, and he's always busy, and that's Anand Mahindra. Anand has personally invested in Cinestaan with me, and it's really his faith and trust which makes us do all these wonderful things. I'd also like to end by thanking my team here. There's Ambika, there's Ritika, Urvi, Sana, Zahir, a huge number of people, Rajesh, Roman, who people don't really see, Shahid. We owe them a lot. It's a lot of work that's gone in. And actually, I want to just, again, this, when I was talking about Mumbai Mantra, Sundance, what I wanted to segue into, which I didn't, was that what we managed to do, just by the sheer amplification by Aamir, Raju, Juhi, Anjum, has been phenomenal. We've actually been able to reach out, and I think this year we'll reach out even more. We'll learn so much from this. So thank you again for giving us so generously, all of you. Thank you.
I just wanted to sort of, I forgot to announce the quantum of the prizes. The first prize is 25 lakh, second prize is 10 lakh, third prize is 7 lakh, fourth prize is 5 lakh, and the last prize, the fifth prize is 3 lakh. Now that the second edition has been announced, and I want to really underline the value of Cinestaan contest's relationship with the Screenwriters Association. Two of their representatives are sitting here. The Writers Association has been enormously supportive and helpful in actually spreading the word around and lending their credibility to further boost the prestige of this contest. So the second edition has been announced. The jury remains the same. They cannot escape from our clutches. And the prize money remains the same, and Rohit cannot escape from our clutches either. So that is on, and the deadline to submit the stories is right now 22nd of January. Okay, on the website, all the details are given, the frequently asked questions and rules and regulations. Everything has been framed very simply and lucidly and unambiguously. So you are welcome to go there and spread the word around. They can also be amongst those top 5 who apply. So thank you very much. And Sukhpreet, if you can do the final honors, whatever it is that you... Rohit's supposed to do, please.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Thank you so much. It's been very, very late now. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being so patient.